the power. To shatter the strongest. Conquer the indestructible with Ronek's collection of angle grinders.
Introducing the finest selection from premium deli and meats. Savor the bold flavors of beef salami, beef pepperoni, and chicken ham. Indulge in our diced beef bacon and perfectly sliced beef bacon. Explore the rich taste of smoked beef and tender roast beef. Treat yourself to our juicy jumbo chicken hot dogs and beef hot dogs. Top it all off with the delicate flavors of smoked turkey breast and our premium whole turkey, all halal certified for your trust. Delivered to you by Chill Foods, premium deli and meats, excellence in every bite.
Hello, good night, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Breaking Barriers live on IBM. I am one of your co-hosts tonight, Richard Jaggasa, attorney at law, and together with me is Uncle Nazim. How are you feeling, Uncle Nazim?
Well, boy, the news I get today, I am ecstatic.
What news is that?
I think we should do that later on. I want to...
Later on. We do some introductions first.
That news was, my heart rate, everything get back normal. I look at stop taking all meds.
Your doctor know that?
I good to go.
More importantly, your wife know that?
She's the one who told me stop it. So before we go on to the relevant topics we have to discuss, I would like to first thank all the persons who attended the expo, the flea market we had down there, the Ramadan flea market. I want to thank you all immensely for your support. And it was tremendous. It was the largest event of its sort that we held, and incident-free, which is most important. Again, thanks to all the tenants for their cooperation. We did have maybe one or two hiccups, but it's not something that we couldn't handle. So again, thank you all, and for everyone who visited, thank you for your support.
It was a massive, massive crowd there, boy. You couldn't walk at times. You couldn't walk through the crowd.
Was up to max.
Parking all, The parking lot was full. The spillover car park was full.
We had to go across by the Niagara too.
It was full too when I passed. So we want to say that Mr. Ishmael, Inchan Ishmael sends his greetings. Good night to all the viewers, the listeners, and so on the airways. Assalamu alaikum to everybody, and good evening. Tonight is an auspicious night for the Hindu community. We say welcome all, and happy Shivaratri. So we have a lot to discuss today. Before we start, we have to discuss some new cases that came out in the media, came out from the judiciary very quickly earlier today. Veera Bajan, attorney at law, Ms. Bajan from Felicity Shogunas, won yet another round of her legal battle. I say congratulations to her. For those who do not know, young Bajan was born without the limbs of her hands, her arms, and she went to school and lives her life without those limbs that we take for granted every day. She became a qualified attorney at law, called to the bar. She's even more senior than I am, and I respect her for all the challenges she has overcome. And there's a lyric in a song. I don't know if you know it. Something, a calypso song. Something about if you're not doing too good in SCA, chop out your hand.
Yes, I remember somebody sang that in True.
And I say to this young lady, congratulations yet again on your continued victory. The Court of Appeal has sided with you. Congratulations to your legal team, led by former Attorney General Mr. Ramesh Rans Marad, Senior Counsel, and so on. Now, I had the judgment here today, and as always, I have some parts in it that I wanted to mention, but we have some other news to discuss tonight.
More breaking news.
Right. And again, before we get into that breaking news, I also want to point out a decision earlier this week by Justice Margaret Mohammed, a first instance decision, claimant Rudal Munilal and defendant Rhoda Barat.
Yes,
Rhoda Barat.
That is a good-looking blogger.
Yes. And he has once again been victorious in a defamation claim against that defendant. And I understand that defendant is trying to find some monies to pay. How much money is it, boy?
100,000 a day.
Yeah, plus 75 plus 19, close to 100,000. So, and I have another one to discuss, but again, not tonight. Let's get down to serious business.
Well, first, I think we should let the viewing public know that our main topic tonight will be the coalition politics. What is the role of third party in this election coming up? Because this is a very important election.
You can't play joke with this one.
You can't mix matters.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
It looks like some people don't realize that. Mm-hmm. So we will try as much to get our points across, and we will like you all to converse with us so that, we could at least be on the same page. Because 5 years of this PNM government again, I don't know where we will go. Because as almost sure everybody know about the release by Donald Trump.
I think we have it. Justin, we have it.
Which will definitely, Mr. Attorney, will definitely affect us.
Indeed so. So, we all know that this government has put all the eggs in one basket. This great dragon gas deal with Venezuela. Just so when you have it, just give me a sign, let me know it's ready. And as much as people in the country, learned folks in the economy and so on, brighter minds than I, have recommended against doing that, Rowley in his tyrant behavior and his cabinet, in the lack of wisdom that they have opted to put all the eggs of the economy in the dragon gas deal. Close the refinery, dragon gas will save us. Now we live in a world where the President of the United States has warned time and time again that anybody caught doing business with Venezuela will suffer the full brunt of the U.S. arms. He's starting with sanctions, and he has shown us his teeth with Haiti. He has shown us his teeth. All right, thank you. But let me see the screenshot that both Nazim and I sent. The Trump screenshot. When that is ready, just let me know. So what is happening in the world, Uncle Nazim? There we go. There we go. So this is what has happened. We are hereby reversing the concessions that the crooked Joe Biden gave Nicolas Maduro, and so on and so on and so on. He's basically saying, listen, he's coming for Venezuela. He's dealing with this issue in Venezuela. Somebody else on Facebook has said, Rowley sold a dragon dream to the population that will never happen. Enjoy the perks, travel the world, destroy the economy, raise his pension, and abandon his job at the most curious time. The truth will emerge. You can come back to me now. And that pretty much sums it up. So we live in a world where we have one means of economic development, oil and gas. Our government has closed the refinery, has cancelled any revenue, income generating avenue from the refinery, put all its eggs in dragon gas. Trump has said anybody caught doing business with Venezuela will suffer sanctions. He's shown us that with Haiti. Now, what did he do with Haiti?
I ain't so old enough, so I have to tell you the truth. I really can't remember the part with Haiti.
So he put sanctions, he canceled everybody's visa, he put sanctions on all members of cabinet, and so on, so they can't enter the US. The question is it that Rowley is fearful that his government is going to be caught doing business with Venezuela, that he's letting go of the reins of government, letting somebody else go to the front to take the fall because the clock is ticking, Trump is coming, sanctions are coming?
Well, the die has already been cast. Because from how I look at it, I don't think that was a cabinet decision.
Right.
Knowing the person Rowley is he and Stuart Young, who was running everything, and he set up minions on him. I could say minions because none of them have the gall to come out openly and say anything.
Right.
So Rowley and Stuart Young must be held culpable for anything, sanctions as it may be, that will be put upon the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
Correct.
You cannot forget that because two of them, remember he says he's the best salesman?
Selling everything. So he can't sell as a PNM victory this rounds. So we live in a world where sanctions are imminent. You say the die is cast already. Sanctions are imminent. And up to last night, the media asked Rowley, well, you're back from Barbados. When's your resignation date? And up to last night, he say, don't ask me nothing, mind your business. But this morning, after Trump made that release about Venezuela, he quick to announce his date of resignation.
Don't worry, Trump coming for him.
So Rowley, we catch you. You want to put the bag in somebody else's hands. You want to throw the blame in somebody else. And poor Stuart, name get called. Poor Stuart, draw the short straw. He going and get jammed. He going to be left holding the bag when Trump ready to come and ask, well, who to blame for this dragon gas deal? Now, that aside, let's wake up now. Let's understand what is happening. Our economy is on a tight rope. You understand? Because we have no means of feeding ourselves. We have no means of earning foreign exchange. We have no means of surviving without oil and gas.
But you can't say that, Richard.
What we have?
We are yam. 10,000 seed.
Oh, we are the seeds for yam.
Yeah, well, we go eat the seed first. And then we will fertilize the seed. And we go get yam.
We had cocoa, PNM come and sell it out. We had sugar, PNM come and close it down. We had wheat and flour. We had sugar cane. PNM come and shut it down.
We had Petrotrin making a profit in 2019 and they shut it down.
We had Petrotrin making a profit and they shut it down. I'm missing one more thing. We had milk, we had dairy, and I'm still missing one more crop. We had all of these things, and the PNM coffee. There we go, coffee, and we close it down. We close down the coffee industry, and now we have no means of how are we going to survive? How are we going to exist in a world economy? All because Rowley and the short man Giddy Imbert decided to ignore the writing on the wall, ignore what is happening on a world stage and a world economy, and enter into negotiations. And negotiations have been going on for so long. Eh? Remember, we know that. We know how long Stuart has been flying back and forth to Venezuela.
Since COVID. Remember the delegation that came here?
Correct.
And citizens of our country couldn't come back.
So I as a young person, my whole livelihood is here. I tell you that already. Come hello high water, I staying, and I worried.
I not leaving.
I worried. I concerned what is going to, our economy is about to crumble and crash. And you know what else is? You know what else is going on? You know, I just watch Parliament every now and then. I just have to be up to date with the laws, with legislation. As you know, I volunteer on the LRC for the Law Association. So I'm abreast on what's going on with our legislative agenda. But you know, I thought for a while now, I thought something wrong with the Parliament building. I thought it had a hole in the ceiling or something. I thought it had I thought it had done a park or something. Because how long have we been going on without Parliament?
Yeah.
How long has it been since we've had a parliamentary sitting, a bill passed? What is our legislative agenda? You know what? Nothing. Zero.
And the only reason we went back to Parliament was because a public servant, I think, making a next mistake.
Right.
With the pension?
Yeah, the cap. The cap on the pension.
Yes, but that comment, let it go back and put PNM in power. That $25,000 savings, they're coming back with all you with that, you know. They're going to come back. So all you play dotish and go back and drink all your Balize juice and you will see what will happen.
Just now, wait. We live in a country where the economy is about to crash. And we live in a country where the government of the day has not gone to Parliament for quite a long time. Ask yourself what is going on. Wake up and smell what is going on. Something funny, something fishy is happening. It have a state of emergency outside, but like it have a state of emergency inside the PNM too. Let me ask you something. We discussed it before. The PNM have what appears to be some dissent.
Not some.
I want to be fair.
Right.
I want to be fair to the Rhoda Barretts watching the show. Appears to have some dissent. It have at least 2 MPs sitting now who have not been selected to go back up. That's a fact, right, because they've released all 41 except one constituency don't have a name yet. So 40 seats have been named and 2 names are not there. The government of today is only the government of today because they have a 2-seat majority. Why you think?
They don't want to come into Parliament.
Why you think they don't want to go into Parliament?
Next.
Why you think they don't want to go back? It's 3. It's Labre as well. It's Labre, Adrian Leons, and Hines.
And what about Omira, who got burnt in the fire?
Right. So what they're saying is it's 3 MPs. 3 MPs. We don't know what's going on. We don't know. Rowley, why are you afraid to go to Parliament? What's going on? When you pass the reins over on the sinking ship to Stuart, he going to Parliament or he not? He going to pass any bills or he not? Because I looked on the parliamentary website, I looked for the white paper, I looked for the blue paper, I looked for the black, I looked for the green. When they pass in a bill, it's on a white paper or a green paper.
You didn't look any correct list.
I look all over. The only place I didn't look was in this public servant office who does always pop up.
You're still looking incorrectly.
Where are you supposed to look?
Go in the toilet paper.
No, boys. You go only see the Balize symbol on all them toilet paper. So I'm worried. As a young professional, I'm worried. We have a state of emergency. where the most significant arrest that they've made is the commissioner of police. We have a state of emergency where we have no parliament sitting. We have a state of emergency where the prime minister has announced his resignation minutes after the president of the United States has said he's watching all of the countries doing business with Venezuela. Come na man. The writing is on the wall. Do you know that Trump had what was it, a dinner, a congress in the White House, and he invited all of the Caribbean heads of state to meet with him, but did not invite Trinidad and Tobago, Prime Minister?
That sent a signal.
That sends a signal. Now all of us have to go wherever Rowley going, eh? So if his name is blacklisted, all are we blacklisted, eh? Even though we didn't vote for him and so on. So that's the full. That is the doom and gloom we're looking at. That is the current status quo we're looking at. We're in a state of emergency without a parliament, without bills being passed, without legislation, without any legislative agenda. We're in a parliament where it appears as though the government of the day has collapsed because they're afraid to go to parliament. We don't know what them. You as a human being, you give your life to politics. You serve your MPs and so on. You come up in the party. You get a blessing to serve your constituency. You're going in parliament for 5 years, and now they're telling you, rock back, we bring in somebody else. Or in Hines' case, 20-something years, close to 30 years he served, and they tell him, rock back, we bring in somebody else. How you gonna feel?
But I met someone today they said they're from Westmoreland, right? But they told me which particular constituency they're from.
Right.
So, once I meet people and they tell me where they're from, the politics is how to come in. Mm-hmm. So I ask them, so which constituency you from? Diego Martin West. Mm-hmm. That is Rowley, right?
Right.
She said, but we never see that man. She said, we never see Rowley. And so I said, what about Hans? You know Hans? She said, well, all I know, he's a radio announcer or something.
Right.
Of that sort.
Right.
But we don't know him. So the PNM could put anybody in a particular constituency, and their support base will stay very quiet because they know what being in power is all about. But put somebody outside your area into a UNC constituency, and you're going to hear Bacchanal.
Correct.
That is the nature of the beast.
Correct.
So we have to move away from this.
Right.
We have to move away from this. That is why tonight we have to talk serious coalition politics.
Correct. Correct.
And who vex loss. That is how it had to be. Who vex loss.
Go home and plant yam.
Because at the end of the day, is government you're looking to go into. Nobody ain't going and fight an election to be opposition.
Correct.
So we're going Richard will wrap up on what he has further to discuss, and then we'll go straight at it.
Now, all I am saying is, we have to be very careful. This election is not to play games. This election is not to give nobody no chance. There's not pick a pan. All right? It is Mastana Bahar.
Yep.
It's not Mastana Bahar. It's not a raffle. Enough playing games. Enough playing the fool. What I'm about to show you, after we come back from the break, should confirm in your mind where you need to cast your vote. Because it cannot be with the PNM. The PNM has lost all control, all vision, all ability to govern. That's where we reach. All right? That's where we reach in this country. And you have to be mad to go back there with an steady increasing crime rate, filling their pockets to make sure that when they go home it's 86,000 and change. Well, nothing for you. You have to tighten your belt. Gas increase, taxes going up, property tax coming in out of nowhere. And you want to vote for that again? That's madness. So now that we agree, because if you don't agree with me, best you change the channel. This show is not for you. If you don't agree that the PNM days are numbered and they need to be out the door, this is not the place for you. Therefore, having agreed and settled that the PNM needs to be buried like a Balize in the bush. Having settled that issue now, I will now get into who you need to vote for when we come back from the break.
Correct.
Let's take our first break. Justin?
Introducing the finest selection from premium deli and meats. Savor the bold flavors of beef salami, beef pepperoni, and chicken ham. Indulge in our diced beef bacon and perfectly sliced beef bacon. Explore the rich taste of smoked beef and tender roast beef. Treat yourself to our juicy jumbo chicken hot dogs and beef hot dogs. Top it all off with the delicate flavors of smoked turkey breast and our premium whole turkey, all halal certified for your trust. Delivered to you by Chill Foods, Premium Deli and Meats, excellence in every bite.
The power. To shatter the strongest. Conquer the indestructible with Ronek's collection of angle grinders.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors and roti makers. Try our high quality bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisho Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit us at Warrenville, Cunupia. Shiklisho Limited, quality you can trust.
Ronek's premium quality.
Mitsu Air Limited, authorized Mitsubishi air conditioning dealer. No need to replace your air conditioning units ever so often. Split units, cassette, ductable, CTVIF systems and much more. Mitsubishi Electric has long been powering industries and providing solutions for healthy living. Mitsu Air Limited boasts the industry's first 10-year warranty on all parts and labor. Inverter units are also available. Don't hear it, just feel it. Mitsu Air Limited, 246 Eastern Main Road, Barataria. Give us a call at 674-4000 or 675-4000 or email us at mitsu.limited@gmail.com.
For the everyday lowest prices on all grocery items, trust Low Cost Supermarket for the widest variety of quality products at low prices. Freshly picked fruits and vegetables, healthy products for your well-being, high quality meat cuts, and a warm and friendly service. Low Cost Supermarket, Sun and Main Road, Cunupia.
Hello, good night. Welcome back to this episode of Breaking Barriers. I am your co-host, Richard Jagger, and with me is Uncle Nazim. Now, Uncle Nazim just got yelled at by his wife for leaving out some congratulations and so on. But before we get into that, bring up the slide, bring up the newspaper article. During the break, I was able to confirm, get proof that 5 Caribbean leaders were invited to meet with U.S. President Donald Trump earlier in the year to discuss a regime change in Venezuela, and Rowley was not one of them. He, of course, shrugged it off and so on with his normal bullying, don't care attitude, but that's his business. All right? You come back to me. Uncle Nazim, make your wife a happy lady.
No, well, just to show the viewers the type of prime minister we have, we could probably have the footage where he was being interviewed.
Yes.
We have that, Justin?
Are your conditioning lectures on that matter.
On what matter?
On this matter here, people who are saying, you know, we catching our tail, you all filling your pockets right now, we could barely pay rent, we could barely pay for transport.
You can carry on that as much as you like. You're not the public. Let me just tell you something. Yeah, but I'm saying to you, today, I have discharged the public's interests. I have looked after the public interests. Good day.
I mean, that is Prime Minister, eh?
Yeah, doke attitude.
Arrogance
boy.
to the max, disrespect.
And what do you think he'll get with Stuart?
But it's going to be, Stuart Little is worser than he, you know. Is worser than he. So if all you think Rowley was bad, all you wait for Stuart Young, and I am positive that there are massive infighting right now within the PNM. Because nobody, no right-thinking PNM member wants Stuart Young as their leader. Because the PNM is too black of a party to have Stuart Young. Let's be real. You have to face reality. And maybe that is why they don't want to go back to Parliament.
That could be.
Because if they have to call a vote on who's supporting who, Stuart could get kicked out.
Correct. And then they will go into the election week. So they might as well pretend.
Right, exactly. Like 11-9.
11-9.
Who get cussed, who get buff up, who get threatened that they wouldn't go back if they do support it. That is what's going on.
Madness, you know. That is political assassination. That is political victimization. That is political negligence. And that is political malpractice.
So we'll deal with them now.
And we'll deal with them now. So listen, all of us know 2010 was the ideal scenario. 2010 was the coalition of parties. You had to make your wife a happy lady.
I mean, anytime I see this man, boy, let me take a tablet. All right, again, folks, it's just that excuse me because it would be remiss of me if I don't thank some people, especially a gentleman from Chase Village here, Mr. Indar. He has helped us immensely on anything we ask of him on the grounds there. Anything we ask him, he does it without even thinking twice. So I would like to thank him, and I will also like to thank his wife for giving him for the opportunity to come out, because I know sometimes she's just glad to be by herself and things. You know what I mean? So and Azaria, you have to move back from the TV. You're a little too close, right? Okay, so everybody else who helped, I can't remember names or such. Thank you all very much. Okay, let's go with the slide now.
Right. So 2010 was the ideal scenario. There was a coalition. There was one ideology. There was country first. Multiple parties got together under the People's Partnership banner with Kamala Prasad as the helm, and that led to a constitutional majority in Parliament. Now, not every election is the same. Not all personalities are the same. The same way things change in relationships, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, and wife, same way things change in the country. Same way visions change, ideas change, ideologies change, and third parties pop up. We live in a society where history has shown that we are, unfortunately, a two-party system. That's just the hand that we were dealt. Until there is constitutional reform, which of course I endorse, that's the hand that we were dealt. We have the PNM and we have the UNC. Every single time it is a two-party race, the UNC wins. No doubt about it. History shows that. Every single time there are splinters, third-party effects, split off, run-off parties, whatever you want to call them, there is a chance, there is an increased chance of the PNM winning. And let me explain why. Let's go to the 2007 slide. So these are the general election results of 2007. There we go. 2007, the COP just splintered off with Winston Dukaran as the political leader, just splintered off from the UNC. So most, if not all, of the COP votes really came from the UNC.
Exactly.
Came from people who were disenchanted with the UNC at the time and voted COP. The third parties now, Uncle Nazim, tell me, any of them close to where the COP was in 2007?
Boy, they're not even, they're so far apart from them. I can see the Ghanaian.
This kind of support, right?
Anything, if in total they get 10,000 votes, they get plenty.
Right,
I mean,
right.
in the 41 constituencies.
Right, and we'll get to that in a second. Look at the overall votes cast. PNM 300,000 and change, UNC 198 and change, COP 144. 144. That's plenty, 144. However, zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. Not a seat for the COP. Not a single seat for the COP. What does that tell you? Even the COP in 2007, with 140, close to, let's say 145, 145,000 votes in the country did not win a seat. And as Uncle Nazim just said, the third party is now not even close to where the COP was in 2007. And you know what else? Zoom out. You see that third column? That third column is a little bit math-sided. If the UNC and the COP had joined together, what would have happened? You know what would have happened? The UNC would have gone from 15 seats, they would have gained 5. They would have gained 5 seats. You know what that means? That means the votes would have been 21-20. Now remember, this 2007 Manning administration didn't last the 5 years. Eh? Right. They had to call a snap election. So if it was 26-15 and they had to call a snap election, imagine what would that be, 21-20? Exactly. It would have been election a week after.
So we could safely say, without a shadow of a doubt, third party just doesn't cut it.
Third party, even the height of the COP, even the height of the COP was not enough. And that is important. So who want to wake up this morning and say because there was a COP member in 2007, and they gone and there was UNC after, and then they gone and there was PNM after, and now they gone and they form their own party, and they bad talking UNC every morning. Who want to say that 145K vote is theirs? You're living in a fool's world. You're dreaming. As young people, they say you're the Lulu. Come now, man. Stupidness. In any event, the COP did not get a single seat. So they were a waste of votes. However, we are intelligent people, so we need to learn from our mistakes. So if that was the case in 2007, let's look at what happened. Let's look at what happened in 2010. Before I go on to that, in 1981, now this one is before my time, 1981.
I vaguely remember that one.
At another three-party race.
ONR.
PNM and ULF.
Right.
ONR got the second highest number of votes. And still not a seat for them. So twice, 1981 and 2007, strong third parties, but still no seat. So what you want? You want to vote for a third party and then give up your chance at government? You want to vote for a third party and go back to state of emergency, arresting commissioner of police? You want to go back to a minister of health with the bearer snatching, teardrop falling, cricks giving out? You want to go back to that for the next fight? You're risking that, boy? Right, so 1981, 2007. Let's go to 2010 now. You have it, guys? Let's go to 2010. There we go. 2010. Look at that. Coalition politics now. This is what an ideal scenario looks like, a two-party race. A two-party race, you know, Uncle Nazim. Look at the big difference. Look at the pie graph. Look at the big difference. 433,000 votes against the PNM, measly 287.
Now, based on total votes, right, in 2010, you know, if you watch the previous graph, it will tell you that the PNM votes didn't drop by much, you know.
No.
Just about 13,000. It dropped because I think it's 300 and something they got in the 2007 pie.
Right.
Chat.
Right.
So it didn't
So it
drop,
went from
right.
300K, go back to 2010.
It went to 287.
287.
And it was 300,000. So the PNM votes, there's hardly drop. They rather, I tell you, suffer.
Yeah.
They rather suffer and eat the bread that the devil need than to give up and go on any other party, you know.
Correct.
Yeah, while you find UNC votes will change, members that is, and those sitting on the fence, you know, they neither here nor there, they will vote. When the time comes closer, they will know what they're doing. But I think now is the time. I will put myself. This is the first time where an election date hasn't been announced as yet. And I could safely tell you, without a shadow of a doubt, I'm not voting for PNM.
Right, I agree.
I'm not voting for PNM. So who want to vote for them? Boy, hard luck. Wish all you the best way.
Right. So what do the figures tell you? They tell you that you cannot trust your vote with any fly-by-night party, with any pie-in-the-sky dream. Justin, we have the 2015 figures there as well. If you have it, we can bring that up. And I think we have the 20.
Up, yeah.
We have the 2015 up?
Yeah.
There we go. So we have 2015. Right. PNM 322. You're right, you know, it don't change much.
It don't change much.
UNC 309 went up. PDP. Now, PDP is an exception. We should highlight this. Because in 2 seats in Tobago, PDP get 10K. That's significant. Them only fight 2 seats, and look how much them get. Right? PEP gets 6,000 votes, 5,000, not even 6,000, less than 6,000 votes. PEP get 5,933 votes. Right? That is great PEP.
And that is the trend with third party.
Right, and they get, and I think they fought 28 seats, roughly 28 seats. Right. ILP with roughly 4,000 votes fought 1 seat in 2020. So ILP is an exception, PDP is an exception. The rest, however, is the trend. That's the point you wanted to make. The rest is the trend. PDP gets 6,000 votes in 28 constituencies in the country. Nowhere near the COP in 2007. So you can't really call them fellas third parties, you know. Them fellas is pick up side, them fellas is lemonade stand. Look, PDF, 20 votes, TNP, 23, DPT, 37 votes. Them fellas can't even fill a maxi, boy.
MSJ, who has workers, the workers on their side.
Right.
Watch MSJ.
1223. Yeah.
So they couldn't even get their membership to vote for them.
COP, now this is important because this goes to the point that I made earlier, that personalities change over elections. The same COP in 2020 got a measly 467 votes. So you understand, you can't just say the party is the same, the logo is the same. You can't, no. The economy changes, the landscape changes, the air, the political breeze blows differently. And we as educated persons wishing for a better and brighter future need to wake up and adapt to suit. Come back to me now. So having made the point that we now have to wake up and adapt to suit, we ask ourselves, well, what do we do in this election? The ideal scenario is unity. We've pledged that, we've pleaded that countless times, unity. If you cannot join with the UNC, if you cannot come under one banner with the UNC, it don't have space for third party in this wrongs. If you so want to help, if you so desire to assist in national development, join. And if you can't join because of your ideologies, your morals, your values, whatever wherever you feel is blocking you, it cannot be personality. It can't just be because you don't like that one at the head, or you don't like the selection at that one and I see. Those things are minor in this grand scheme that we're playing with Trump and Venezuela and the economy, right? Those personalities are minor. In this version, in this election, if you cannot join, I recommend you stay home and you shut up. And after the election bell rings and the country is saved, it must have place for you somewhere to help society, to help the country if that is your true desire. However, if your desire is for personal gain and personal benefit, this election is not for you and the truth will come out about you. If every morning you wake up, you're bad talking the UNC. Every Monday, every day you wake up, you're bad talking Kamala. She's not in government. She's not in power. The last time she was prime minister was 9 years ago, close to 10 years ago. But you're bad talking the lady. Rowley, who can call a political leader election in the PNM, Rowley, who have to appoint his replacement, they can't go to the polls. They're afraid to go to the polls. Them going to the polls and them cook up some book and get 9/11 in Tobago and come back here and a buff pass and go on 21. Them can't go to the polls like Kamala. Why they don't do that? Why the PNM don't have an internal? Why they don't do the right way? Why the PNM don't go home? Go home to the brand new Balize house that they fix up. Call an internal election. Appoint and elect a political leader and then run an election. You come to hoodwink society. You come to bamboozle. You come to push Section 76 of the Constitution down the president's throat and force the selection and appointment of Stuart Young as Prime Minister with 11 votes in a back room in Tobago. Right? Meanwhile, Kamala is the duly, lawfully elected political leader of the UNC, not once, not twice, 3 times, right? 3 times, if not 4. 2010, 2015, 2020. Right?
3.
Right, 3 times. The duly elected political leader of the UNC. And you're coming, and you as a third party, you now jump up. You have a constitution, you don't have an executive, you don't have a screening process. You're flying under somebody else's name. You're flying under your ancestors' name. You're flying under somebody else's banner. You was now working with the PNM. You was now a commissioner under the PNM. You come to bad talk Kamala. You come to do the work of the PNM. You come to take 200 votes here, 300 votes there, 400 votes there, and put the PNM back in power. Why? Why? They promise you something? What's the truth? What is the truth?
Well, let me look at it this way. We're going to take it by third party and what they stand for.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start with the first one. That is Mr. Griffith, what National Transformation?
NTA.
Right? Let's start with the NTA.
Mm-hmm.
What does the NTA bring to the table? Do they have any seats?
No.
Good. That's a start with. I remember quite clearly when Mr. Griffith was in loggerheads with the Prime Minister, he said he will fight him in Diego Martin West. You remember that?
Yes.
Mr. Griffith is from Port of Spain, Northeast. Why doesn't he go up against Collingwood? And that same constituency, because that is his constituency. If you believe you're so good, fight Collingwood. Don't come and say you want to go St. Joseph, because everybody read through that.
Correct.
You come in just to split the vote so that the PNM could have St. Joseph on a platter. So any neophyte could see that. Fight Collingwood in Port of Spain, Northeast, and let's see how good you are. And if you win the seat, who knows, with proper dialogue, you could come into government. You just wouldn't have one seat. You could come back into the government, into coalition government, and there will be a position for you. But as far as I see it, NTA, all you're going to lose all your deposit.
Correct.
And all you're just going to split the votes, and then all you will complain after the election for 5 years again. Does that make sense? And you all are educated people. I'm not as educated as you all, you know. You all are educated people and you cannot see that. You all cannot see that. You're just wasting time. That is on. And as a matter of fact, I only know 2 candidates from the NTA.
San Fernando West
And Gary Griffith. You
And
know,
Gary Griffith.
Honestly, I don't know nobody else.
No, I don't know anybody else. Any other announcements? No, I don't know any. What was the city I mentioned? Diego Martin Northeast, right?
Yeah.
Diego Martin Northeast got 5,000 change votes from the COP in 2007. Well, if Gary just beat his chest and say all the COP votes is he won because he was COP, well, look, you don't have 5,000 in Diego Martin. Go there. Rowley only get 9,349, you know.
Diego Martin West.
This is Diego Martin Northeast.
Northeast is a boot.
I meant to say PNM. Yes, the PNM only got 9,000 votes. And you, according to you, your maths, your Gary maths, 5,000 votes already in the bag for you, you know. Well, go there and fight. You just have to get 3,000 again. Go there, look at our people there willing to vote for you. You're coming in St. Joseph. What are you going to try and fool the intelligent, bright, young people of St. Joseph for? Look, eh?
I just hope the people in St. Joseph read through that. I know he's just trying to be a spoiler. Because remember, if I recall, he and Stuart is buddies.
He say so, eh?
Right.
He say he don't mind, what was the exact language? He don't mind working with Stuart?
Right.
Something to that
So
effect.
is there a clandestine plot for him to upset a particular seat and we will
In
reward you?
exchange, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we will reward you after? Mm-hmm. People, these are the things you all have to be conscious of.
Is that the scenario? That is what Uncle
There
asking.
are backdoor deals being made right now. I am sure where that is concerned. Mm-hmm. So if Mr. Griffith's so good, this is my challenge to you. Colin Burt have so much thing on his head right now with the Auditor General. You telling me you can campaign and take Port of Spain notice? UNC wouldn't send up no. I will see. I have no influence, but Richard might have influence. Tell him don't send up nobody in Port of Spain notice.
We'll get the blind.
We wouldn't send up nobody in Port of Spain notice. Let's see if you're good enough to take that seat.
Yeah.
Show your worth. Show your mettle.
Yeah. If the COP did not run in 2007, the COP and the UNC had formed a coalition, this third-party nonsense, look at what would have happened in 2007. The UNC would have been able to topple the PNM in short order, and we would have gotten more time with Apande at the helm. You're coming out to force Apande through some other arrangement, but look, we could have gotten it here in 2007 without the split vote factor. Well, if we apply that same logic now, without the split vote factor, the country will be saved. The same way the country would have been saved back then with another Pandey term. Justin, could you just quickly bring back up the 2020 pie chart, please? I want to show you on a pie chart. Some people are visual learners. Okay, hold on. Look at the difference here. Look at all them third parties. Not even large enough to show up on the graph. Not even large enough to show up. Now, remember I said PDP is an exception because only in 2 seats they get that. PDP,
Yeah.
PEP run 28 seats. A little speck. A little...
Where he cop out?
No other third party. If you add up all them votes, they wouldn't show up, no way. Let's go to the pie graph, please. Just scroll up a little bit. And I want to show you what it looks like. Oh, you screenshot it? Okay, all right. When you get the pie chart, you can always let me know. But the point I want to show you in that is, look how, yes, there we go. Bottom right-hand corner. Look how small that sliver of third-party votes are. If that third-party vote become yellow, become UNC, UNC would win.
Simple maths.
And that's simple. Look, you could see it, you could visualize it. And that is what we are trying to explain to you here today. Even if the third parties run for their selfish reasons in your constituency, look at the figures in front of you. Look at the chart in front of you. Do not vote for them. Because a vote for them puts the PNM back in office.
Exactly.
A vote for them puts our country in a state of ruin. Come back to me now. So that is they give him a sign, we have to take another break. But that is the plain and simple maths of the thing. Now is not the time to play pick a pan, to play chance. You want to play chance? Go in a bazaar and play some chance in one of them game. This is our country's future we're talking about. We have sanctions hovering over us. We have world bodies looking at us. We have our Caribbean neighbors laughing at us. Because we were once the blue-eyed boys of the Caribbean, making the most money, having the most booming economy. And look at us now, struggling. While the Privy Council tell us to investigate our Minister of Finance. While the Auditor General still asking for where the $2.5 billion gone. While they want to impose property tax on all of the dwelling houses and leave all of the commercial buildings untouched. As a society we live in, who could vote for that? Who could stomach that? You want to say anything before we go on the break?
No, well, we could go on the break, but when we come back, I think we should indulge our viewers.
Sure.
And let's hear their opinion. You know, this will be our last program before the Ramadan month. So let's give our callers a longer time to vent their frustration.
Yeah. Oh,
respectfully.
Before we go on the break, I told you to have a clip ready. You have it? You have it, Justin? I just want to make this final point because when we come back, we could open the lines. You know, certain people like to pop up one morning and say they're leaving party and so.
Yes.
Yeah, they want to wake up Monday morning and say, well, I'm leaving the party. Well, first of all, ain't you just try to run for election and lost? Not once, but twice? If not, nothing twice. I don't think 3 times. And you lost. You lost with Vassant. There we go. And then you lost with Parry. And now you want to resign from the party. Well, I don't know if you would be missed. I don't know if it will be a difference.
These fellas just have to bide their time a little bit. A little bit. You see, they're coming out on the eve of an election. And, you know, after all these years, 9 years, I think he say he was working within the party internally.
Yeah, he says that.
Around that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, God, for 1 year. 1 year would I kill you again?
Yeah, or even so, at the end of the day, right, the UNC electorate did not want you holding any office. They didn't vote for him the first time and the second time. So if you want to resign, all right, no problem. Good luck. You will be sorely missed. But I can't see that. One, I can't see how that is news. And two, to tell you the truth, I didn't even care.
No, you see what has happened is, all right, you're resigning, all well and good. I have no problem with that. That is your choice. But I'm sure you will hear he coming up and he will start about talk the party. They wouldn't stay quiet. That is the arrogance that these fellas in him.
Or has he started already?
Well, I don't know.
His Facebook account is public. You all go and look.
Start it. But if they did give him a seat, Kamala was the best. That goes to show you the moral values of these fellas. What they're going in the party for if I don't get something.
Oh, let me ask you something. You think he has to resign from the UNC because somebody else promised him a seat somewhere?
Well, who knows? I think you get that message, you know.
You see, I don't, you see.
I think you get a message. I know here, during the break, I hear you get a beep, eh?
No, the phone on silent.
I just hear the little beep.
All I saying is historically, we've seen time and time again where persons are political grasshoppers. They jump from one party to the next based on who cooked the best food. So if this is the resignation on the cusp of an election, well then, oh God, all of these bright people, let me call it as we see it. But what I can say is, you vied for office in the UNC and you were not selected. There are other persons who vie for office in parties every single day, and when not selected, so what? They still support the party because their true intention is to serve country and to serve God's country and not self-purpose. All right? Let's go to that. Ready for the break?
Right, let's take the break.
Let's go for the break.
Introducing the finest selection from premium deli and meats. Savor the bold flavors of beef salami, beef pepperoni, and chicken ham. Indulge in our diced beef bacon and perfectly sliced beef bacon. Explore the rich taste of smoked beef and tender roast beef. Treat yourself to our juicy jumbo chicken hot dogs and beef hot dogs. top it all off with the delicate flavors of smoked turkey breast and our premium whole turkey, all halal certified for your trust. Delivered to you by Chill Foods, Premium Deli and Meats, excellence in every bite.
The power. To shatter the strongest. Conquer the indestructible with Ronex's collection of angle grinders.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors and roti makers. Try our high quality bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisho Limited at 665-3336 or 4808-715 or visit us at Warrenville, Canupia. Shiklisho Limited, quality you can trust.
Ronex's premium quality.
Mitsu Air Limited, authorized Mitsubishi air conditioning dealer. No need to replace your air conditioning units ever so often. Split units, cassette, ductable, CTVIF systems and much more. Mitsubishi Electric has long been powering industries and providing solutions for healthy living. Mitsu Air Limited boasts the industry's first 10-year warranty on all parts and labor. Inverter units are also available. Don't hear it, just feel it. Mitsu Air Limited, 246 Eastern Main Road, Barataria. Give us a call at 674-4000 or 675-4000 or email us at mitsu.limited@gmail.com.
All right, welcome back, guys. So, correction, we just got the word. NT appointed, announced. Have tight tongue all of a sudden. Have tight tongue. 6 candidates, 6 constituencies.
They name the constituencies?
Yeah. Port of Spain.
Call it out for the viewers.
Sure. Arima, San Fernando West, Tunapuna, Tocos and Grande, Port of Spain North, St. Anne's West, Lego Martin West. None of them, I say it first, hear it from me live on IBN tonight, Wednesday. I say it first, none of the NTA seats are expected to go to the NTA. All of these named candidates are expected to lose the seat and their deposit. And Gary is not listed as one of the seats, as one of the candidates, and nor is St. Joseph.
Well,
right?
maybe he will listen to me and go for Port of Spain Northeast.
I hope so. Let me see. Port of Spain, the only Port of Spain seat they announced is Port of Spain North, St. Anne's West.
I think so Emberta get selected as yet for Northeast.
No, Imbert is selected from the PNM.
Right.
But the NTA didn't say who they're running in that seat.
Come, Gary, go and fight Embert and show me your mettle.
Yeah. Promise to lock him up and jail him when you go back in office and you launch investigation and so on. So there's something else you wanted to raise.
Yes, Justin, you could come with the clip now. Now this clip is with I'm not sure if he's still a PNM, because the way he does be writing, I think PNM probably throw he through the door. You could come down a little. I want a little listen to this, This little clip here, and quote, they have delivered the remnants of the party into the laps of the rich, thereby creating a plutocracy, a party of the rich, by and for the rich. This is a tectonic shift for a party that poor people built. I want all your people, black people, to hear this, PNM supporters, that poor people built. It may explain why the leader pushed so hard to place Stuart Young at the head of the PNM and the government. A classic case of the wealthy governing the poor. And that is, I think he's still a PNM member until he openly say he's not. That is a PNM supporter. So all your PNM people, all you understand what that means? Take a screenshot right now and read it again.
Right. You remember, we looked at this thing from a constitutional perspective. What happens if Rowley resigns as Prime Minister but stays on as political leader given the words of the Constitution, given Section 76 of the Constitution? Remember, we went through it?
Yeah.
Right. Remember, we looked at it and it said that if the President shall appoint as the Prime Minister the person who is the leader, capital L, the leader of the political party holding the majority of votes in the lower house. Right. So I've been thinking about it since then, as you know, and we were waiting for other legal luminaries to chime in and so on. And I thought about this morning when Rowley made his announcement. I thought about what if the plan in the PNM is to interpret and read leader in that phrasing of the Constitution, not as political leader, which I think is the correct interpretation, but as the leader
on this matter here, people who are saying, we catching our sales, you all filling your pockets right now, we could barely pay rent.
I want them to cook up that argument and sell that to the president, and they've convinced the president, listen, you do what I tell you, because you are the president at the end of the day, and no decision you make could be tested by the courts. You are superior, separation of powers doctrine, you are above all of that. And if that is the case, I don't know. If that is the case, then that could only be described as political tomfoolery and political malpractice. Okay? If you have to hoodwink a head of state to anoint a prime minister, that is defeating democracy, and that is political malpractice. All right?
But you have to remember, the president is a creature of the PNM.
Because she ran for a seat for the PNM, she was appointed by the Electoral College, which is a PNM-controlled electoral college, and she was president of the Senate under a PNM administration, and her husband's father was a former MP and Minister of Education under the last PNM administration, and so on. And we could list her connections to the PNM, but you are correct. She is a vein, an organ of the PNM.
Right. Justin, you could put the phone lines on the screen, please, right? So our viewers will know we're ready to take calls. So we actually probably have an idea what she might do without considering the consequences.
Mm-hmm.
That is her hands could be, she could be forced against a wall. But I heard some political scientists say that that could have chaos.
It is an affront to our democracy. It is indeed. And maybe it could be that when that happens, if that is the course that the PNM takes, it could very well be that the government will be on the brink of collapse so quickly that they will have to call an election very quickly after Stuart holds the reins.
All right, we have a caller in. Hello, good night, caller.
Hello, good night, caller. Mute your television and talk to us through the phone, please.
Yes, good night, gentlemen.
Good night, caller. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Tunapuna, Paje, to be exact.
Oh, yes, God, man. Tunapuna, you want to talk to tonight. Tell us.
Hello?
Tell us. You're live.
Right. Now, with respect to Larry Lalla, there's an article on the papers, yesterday's papers, Express page 5, and where the Express contacted Lalla, and asked him his resignation letter spoke for itself. When he asked if he had decided to join another political party, he said, I will keep my options open, give it some time, and contemplate the best way to continue serving the country. So the question Ole was asking, is it that he was promised something? And you have to look at all of these fellas and them objectively, the Parry and all of them, including, you see, the Batan Bharat and all of them have been dried up, They have no opportunity to be in the political arena. I know that all of them was trying to get back into the UNC. In other words, they vomit and they swallow it back up. Right? Today I watched the news and I saw the American chamber with this girl, Kiran Maharaj, and them showering praises on Keith Rowley, the Prime Minister and whatnot and what have you. Could you all tell me if this fella, Kiran Singh, from the Kuva Chamber of Commerce, and I'll tell you why I'm saying this, he put himself as a candidate for the PNM?
Yes, he was screened. I think he said he was going up for a seat.
All right. Now I'll tell you that. I listened to the news tonight, and he was showering praises on Stuart Young, and saying that is a bright spark for this country. I put it in this word. And that, is a man with business acumen and whatnot, and the energy sector and whatnot. You tell me something, Kiran Singh. You name me one thing that Stuart Young has done to enhance the energy sector of this country. And as a matter of fact, some of those companies that we had here, because they couldn't be supplied with gas and whatnot, they left the country. For me, that is almost running at about quarter, about 1/3%. All you deal with Maduro and them in Venezuela and whatnot, the shady deal. Then you have this whole question with this new deal with the Nigerian company. And it seems to me that this government, when you check it out, firstly, you had the Navin Jindal issue, and then you had talk about his court matter and paying bribes to politicians and whatnot. Then you have this with Maduro and whatnot, and now you have this question with this Nigerian company. Is it that this company, and I am saying this, that bribes are being paid? I'm asking a question. Because remember there was a talk sometime around that politicians, members of this government, have foreign bank accounts. And these things, because remember they had another agreement at this time, non-disclosure and what have you. And how come it is that if you sign in some agreement on behalf of the country, the citizens of this country, for the well-being of this country, wouldn't you make those disclosure public, gentlemen?
Exactly.
But you see, what you're doing is the secrecy in it. It leads you to wonder that these fellas are them on the take. Because let me just draw a reference to you again.
Quickly. We have some other calls on the line here blowing us up.
For instance, this thing with the Auditor General. $3.something billion cannot be accounted for. Have you heard the Prime Minister make any pronouncement on that? And question that? And even, if you use the boss, you'd ask him, hey, give me a rundown, give me some details about this and whatnot. Nothing. So I am of the firm view that money has been siphoned. This is why they build Bali's house, and then fellas and them cut up the money. Gentlemen, have a blessed night.
We had to have one of those disclaimers play. The views expressed that the views of the caller
is not of the station. Hello, good evening, caller. Hello.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Hi, caller. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Marabella. I think the constituency of Pointe-a-Pierre. Mr. Jaggers, I just want to thank you for the analysis you did on the bar charts and etc. to show the true picture of what exists right now. And I think they should open the eyes of people who, the small parties, there is no way they will make a dent in any election, right? So to me, voting for the small parties is voting for the PNM.
Thank you so much, caller.
And if you really say you want to get rid of the PNM, is either you don't vote or vote for the only opposition it has. And I agree with you, that is the only vehicle. She was elected in that position. People are opposed her. She still held the position. And I think people should be bigger than these, knowing that these parties can't do anything. The other thing I wanted to tell you about, I work in the energy sector for over 40 years. And the worst decision that crippled this country was closing down that refinery. And I'm not talking about the social impact, I'm talking about the economic impact and the foreign exchange earner. And in addition to that, we will never drain on this economy. So all the news in the public domain was wrong. And even if we look at what we're selling for the crude as against what we buy in refined products, we are net loser foreign exchange, even in the present scenario. So people really have to get their act together. All the institutions in this country have failed. And if we want to continue doing that way, I don't think we could go further than we are now, but there is a possibility that we can if we don't vote out this government.
Yes,
Thank
Paula,
you
thank
for
you.
this time. And the other thing I wanted to ask Mr. Ishmael, I know he's fasting month, I am a Muslim, but I am saying the next month this program will be critical for viewers to influence how they vote in the next month, because I don't know how soon they'll call election. So probably, I don't know if we could continue some kind of way in March month. Thank you so much for your time and for listening.
All right. Your question will be, we will try. Mr. Jagesa is available. You know, I will be fasting. So I'm sure Mr. Jagesa will be able to hold the matter by himself, or he could probably that is a time when you could get people to come.
We can work something out, yeah?
Little interviews, but that is something we have to work out. Yeah. Because you remember the guys in the station here, they will be fasting. So that is one of the problems that we will have.
Yeah, we could open up for some volunteers, man.
Right, so we will make an effort. Hello, good evening. Hello?
Good night, gentlemen.
Good night, sir.
Good night, caller. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from St. Augustine, sir.
Good night, caller. Tell us.
I am of the view that no third party could make any dent in the election in Trinidad or Tobago. It is a two-party race, and all those who in a third party should come out and either support the PM or the UNC and call it a deal. They cannot do nothing. The history has proven that, and it could be in the best interest of the nation to go forward if they decide to vote for one party. Thank you, gentlemen.
I agree.
Thank you, caller.
That is exactly the point. They are just trying to be spoilers.
That's it. That's exactly it.
Hello, good evening. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
What area are you calling from, caller?
I'm calling from Bokaro.
Okay, Bokaro. Go ahead. A long time I hear Bokaro.
Yeah, it's true. You know this program hard to get in.
Right.
Yes. Firstly, I must say that Rowley is doing everything to lose this election.
That is true.
And Kamala is doing everything not to win it. I'm telling you, because look at something. If I'm a leader of a party or any organization and somebody opposes me, I should be proud of them. Because if you want to oppose the boss, you're a leader too. And you're somebody who thinks that you can do something for the party. I'm looking at the position of Anita Haynes and Russian Parry. I said they have been sidelined a lot. And I'm wondering if they are being sidelined because they oppose Kamala. Kamala forget when she said, "No woman, no cry" in Shawanas on the stage when she was going up against the Grandmaster, Mr. Bastille Pandey, and Wayne Mark, and then after the Minister of Health, he was to come and take her off the stage. I was there in the front row line. Dr. Kojo also was there. And when we look at it that way, if you could have opposed Bastille Pandey and win him, nothing wrong with that. But I am saying good candidates should always remain in the party. Yeah. And if Kama don't take back these two candidates, and not she winning no election. I cannot tell her what to do, but in my opinion, because when you look at the people, how they debate in parliament, these two people especially.
All right, caller, I take your point. Hold on, stay on the line. I understand the point you're making. But hear me. These persons oppose her.
Right.
This was last year. She still had time, she still had room to call a disciplinary committee and get them kicked out of parliament. She still had room, she was well within her rights to make them resign from the seat and trigger by-elections in those safe UNC seats. So whoever she put would have won on a UNC ticket. Right? Let's be fair and honest about that. She did not exercise those options. She did not kick them out. She did not remove them. And she, in my humble opinion, did not choose to silence them from parliament. Now, I'm not in the parliamentary caucus, but the usual way it works is they opt to participate and contribute in different bills and legislative reform. It could be that they did not choose and select to do those things. I know for some time after they were even absent from parliament. So, and I think, I can't recall, you know how I operate, you know, if I think something, I say so, and then if I have the backing for it, I'll show it on screen. I think I recall that there was an article shortly after where those 5 persons opted to move to the back bench.
Yes.
Right? I remember correctly. So she didn't even do that. She didn't even move them. They opted to do those things. So I humbly submit, she did nothing to sideline them. In fact, even now, is it not true that Rushton Parry was screened for the seat? And
yes, he was screened for the seat.
And Rushton Parry even said that after screening, he was going to come and give a full report. He came and he said everything was cordial. So therefore, I think that they were given a fair and reasonable opportunity. So, and remember, those seats have not been announced. So
right. No, I'm just suggesting that you should take them back. But my next point is, you know how many times Kamala missed Parliament? Check it. She may be the person in the UNC that missed Parliament more than everybody, and she is the leader of the party.
No,
you must check it and bring it up next time.
I think Rowley missed more.
No, I'm talking about the opposition. I'm talking about Kamala party.
Well,
that's what I'm talking about. Check how much time she missed. How many times she missed. Check how many times they have in Monday night meeting and she's not there neither. So if we're going on that point, definitely she's a loser both sides there. Monday night meeting, she never there. And check how much time she missed meeting in Parliament. I mean, she's the opposition leader. She could do what she wants. She's the person in charge.
Well, all right, caller. Thanks for that. But I don't think, I don't know what figures.
I do be in Parliament.
Right.
I do have the rule to start with. But even though she, as the caller say, alluding that she's absent, let me get the record straight. Let's see how much time the Prime Minister was in Parliament too. How much time he fall asleep with him mouth open. Wheresoever is he sleeping.
Right.
You know, Sleepy Joe. Let me find out that.
Yeah. And I don't think she was ever absent, save one occasion from a Monday night forum. But I don't know. You could be right, caller. But I don't think it's fair to say she sidelined Rushton Parry and Anita Hines. I'm not saying that, right? That is one. In fact, I think the UNC is hailed in the Caribbean as one of the most democratic parties. All right? Because you have persons who descend from the political leader and remain in the party. In most other parties, that can't happen. Certainly not in the PNM.
Yeah, hello, good evening, caller. Hello?
Yeah, hello, good night.
Hi, good night. Charlieville.
Yeah, boy.
All right.
Yeah, what's going on now? Yeah, what's really going on, right? Between me and all that, right? You see this whole topic all they're talking about, all they're talking telling all that straight. I don't support no political party and I'm telling all that one time. But you see we're talking here, Richard, it's not no third party in Trinidad. Look the United States. The United States is run on 2 parties. So what happened to Trinidad? Trinidad is a 2-party country. It's either you're on board or you're off.
Right.
And Gary had his chance. Gary had his chance with the local election. And the man going in there and I don't know what he do. But he don't agree with the people. But you can't go in there and not agree with them. You have to bow down to them because you don't have the support of the UNC membership. That's what he has to understand. Let me tell you something, right? All these 2 people that talk about Philip Alexander, right? I've been straight to tell you. The man has talk wherever he want to talk, but he understands that the only way to remove the PNM is with the UNC. That is the fact. The only party that can remove the PNM is the UNC. And Gary had a chance. So here what she had to move on and try to fight the election now and see how we could go forward from here. I did straight to the other year, and and let me tell you, see all them parties they talking about, Richard. You're talking real sense there, because all this pop-up thing is not going to work. People are trying to see through that. Because when they start to split the vote, I don't think all they're going to take our next 5 years as Stuart Young. No.
Well, exactly. But that's the same thing, Kola. But these fellas who so intellectually bright, look like the doctor who going up for San Fernando West. He doesn't stand a ghost of a chance there.
All right, let me show you our next problem, right? That all political parties, I don't know if the PNM is do it, but you have an area like Shogunas West, where you put in somebody from Shogunas East or Cuba North to represent Shogunas West. What are you doing that for? Why you can't put somebody from the constituency to represent the constituency, so them know all the problems in the constituency? Them know everything that's going on in the area, right? Like, you put a man up in Manzalina. He lives in Shogunas West, therefore he up in Manzalina.
Talking about Rai.
Where do that for? He know anything of this? Put somebody from Manzalina in Manzalina so they know the problems of the area, so they could fix the problems in the area. You understand my point?
No,
like
no.
You live in Shogunas West, right? You know all everything that's taking place in Shogunas West. You know where all the back roads is, you know where all the drains is, you know where the river is, you know everything. You know where everything is in Shogunas West. You understand my point? I don't want to take up too much of that time.
But Kola, before you go, but sometimes I believe that doesn't work. Eh? You might say, what you're saying is correct. You want to put somebody in the area, right? But you take somebody not from the west and put them in Mearu, but you put them closer. Let's say you put somebody from Arima to Napuna in Mearu, somebody new who the people in the area don't know. I believe that person will work better for them than somebody in the area that you know. Because the person in the area now might even come out and say, boy, them is PNM on that side way. So let me do nothing for them. Or them is UNC on that side way. So somebody new will come and work for everybody. That's how I look at it, eh?
Yeah, talking sense there, but this is where the leader, the membership now have to pull up on certain people if they're not working for the people now.
Yeah. I think it's a mix. Yeah. I think the ideal situation is a mix.
So it must have some kind of control over the people that run in there now. But before I go, right, or let's say that Colin Members going back to election again, before he to run for a seat again.
Yeah, he was screened.
He was screened for Port of Spain Northeast.
Unselected. They announced 40 of the 41. The only one they left out was Tabakit. Tabakit was the one left out.
We in real trouble, we in real trouble in this country. But what trying to figure out, right? How it is Larry Lalla could make it on the papers with leaving UNC. First of all, I didn't even think that he was still in UNC. I don't understand how he make it in the papers. And he make it in the third page or something like that. That's fine news. Any of fellas?
Good question, Charlie Bill. All right. We have room for maybe one more caller. Caller, good night, you're live.
Good night.
Caller, where you from?
Call from the B-Town.
All right. Let's proceed. All right. Let's hear your point.
I want to ask a question, Uncle Nazim. Straight up, here I'm going to become the thing, I'll have it straight up. When Inshan told us in 2015, I have a reason for this question,
No problem.
2015 to vote PNM, what party did you vote for in 2015?
Me? But a man, Inshan have his own head, he have his own brain. I vote UNC.
Right, that's very good, that's good.
And I want to ask you a question while you're on that.
But I'll tell you why. It didn't have no difference with the PNM in 2015 and the PNM now is the same PNM.
Right, but
PNM, new PNM,
but let me ask you this now. Yes, he asks people to vote because of circumstances was happening within the UNC.
No, just have followed just like anybody else in politics. People
right, exactly.
Bottom line.
But as I tell plenty people, here what's going on. You see me? I have my own mind.
Correct.
Nobody could influence me who to vote for. I have my own mind. You could talk, I will listen to you as much as you could, as I could, but I have my opinion and I know who I'm going to vote for. Let me hear you now.
Right. Second point. this coalition thing don't work. People, the ones on the fence realize that, although we know the country is facing hell under the PNM, but it has proven that coalition thing don't work. The people realize that they will just follow that government. UNC stand a chance on their own better. Because you can't join forces with the industrial union. When they come in government and they asking for this percent and that, they say can't pay, what they'll do? They'll go against, brother. You understand what I'm saying? Lupane went by himself, he won 1916 in those days when it was 36. And you know what I mean? Because it was a fighting, and when you see power, there's nothing better than them, and also you can't meet the ministers when they're in government. You understand, Palace, they're very grassroots people. You know what I'm saying? And this is the way to have the thing that it will be easier. Even if they come in government, they'll stand 5 years and the PNM will just come back. People don't care about the people. These politicians don't care about the people interest.
Right, but what's something? You think the PNM care about grassroots with what's going on in the last 9 years?
Neither, but according to what you say, they rather suffer. They will vote. They're very loyal to the party.
Exactly. They will ban their belly and take it because they want nobody else to be in government but somebody who looks like them.
That's right.
That's what they want. So that is why Stuart Young, I think some of them people polishing their shoes and waiting for him, you know.
Correct.
But he will be kicked out so hard.
All right, well, all the best. I'm blessed.
Yeah, man. Cool. That is it for calls?
That's it for calls. I thought we had 2 more on the line.
Hey, Justin, cut the call, boy.
Oh, God. Is he boss, you know?
Justin, you're not easy, Justin.
Well,
folks, we close the closing. Before I hand you over to Richard, I would just like to wish the Muslim community on the start of the month of Ramadan, which will be, I think, is either the 1st or the 2nd. So we would not be having any program during the month because of the guys in the studio too. They will be fasting. So I would just like to wish the Muslim community a Ramadan Kareem from now, and reiterate to the people out there, I hope that what we did tonight opened some of your eyes to third-party politics where we have no place. So when we come back after the month, we will probably continue along the same line, and we will probably have not 2, we will have 3 persons here. So, and we'll take it from there. So good night and all the best, and assalamu alaikum. Richard?
My closing comments are the same as always. You cannot play foolishness with this election, with our future, with the country's future. Cannot select the PNM, cannot leave any room for the PNM to go back into office. Too many unanswered questions, too many states of emergency, not only on a national landscape, but inside the PNM as well. And we cannot play smart with foolishness. No room for third party. A vote for third parties, a vote for the PNM. Either come under the UNC banner and topple the PNM together as a united front, or stay home. Stay home and stay quiet. All right? So let's band together. Election is close. Election is closer than many of you think. Election is upon us. And because I don't think Stuart has the ability to hold that party together. So I think by force, he will have to call an election soon. And for that reason, go in Sri Lanka and buy your sneakers, walk about, start in. Go and get your hats. Go and organize your dry fit jerseys. It's coming. And when it comes, remember where to vote. Good night, everyone.
All right.